Hey guys, how you doing today? It's me, Kelly. So what I'm doing today is I did this background and I thought I would try again with the Delusions paint. The ones I tried to fix, I've used water, I used some like fluid, uh, just nothing seems to work. So what I'm doing here is I have a white pencil and I'm just drawing out a cat. I love this little cat lady. And I need to, I noticed at the end I have to put her sitting on something, so I will have to do that. And just sketching around with my Prismacolor white pencil. I had fun doing this. I love the way her eyes came out and, just to sit and sketch and paint. Of course, I'm taking gesso, and this is folk art gesso, but you can use whatever gesso you have or a white paint just to kind of block it out a little bit to cover up the blue behind, which that blue happens to be, let me see what color. It's the vibrant turquoise. And it's all cheesy and chunky and icky. So, and it doesn't dry very well. I will tell you that. It dries very sticky. And that's just the water I added. So I have to figure out something. But I'll probably just dust it with glitter just to kind of get that off. So now, like I said, I'm just gessoing everything, kind of blocking everything out. You'll see I'll make some mistakes, but one of the things I love doing, I want to make her on a quilt. So one of the things I love doing is just, I've drawn her before in my art journal and much smaller. So I thought, well, let me try to draw her a little bigger and, you know, see how she comes out. And you'll see I make mistakes and I just go over and fix them. They're not that big a deal. A lot of you guys starting out, I know mistakes are scary and you think, oh no, but acrylic paint is wonderful. Watercolor is as well. So, you don't get nervous. You'll see I go back with the turquoise again and black and I go back and forth, back and forth. And I'm still not done with her. I still want to do something on her shirt. I'm going to add some rhinestones. I might record it the second half. I just didn't want to bombard, with this long video. And I'm using the red paint from Delusions, and you can see it's chunky and it's not working very well. So I go and try a couple coats, but I end up using a different red because it just didn't give me what I was looking for. And I'm just filling it in, probably singing very loudly. But you can see I kind of edited, how far over I wanted to go with the, I was trying to show you the shine on the napkins, but it didn't work. Now I'm using Deco Art Antique Gold, I believe it is. And I really like this. It's not shiny or anything like that. I wanted it to be shiny and glittery, but it's not. So I might go back and add a little glitter in or something like that. And then my camera turned off. So I'm taking more of that blue and I'm just going around the edges again, just to kind of frame out more, because for me, I just can't draw really well and then like paint, like I can't do it separately kind of thing. So I have to like go back and erase. It's kind of like when I do the charcoal drawings that I do, where I use like charcoal and erase it or paint or what have you. Like I can subtract better than I can add on to something, if that makes sense. And you'll see me do it a lot. Like I said, I have the blue and I'm back in and I am editing a little better, just so I kind of get an idea of what I want. Wonder what I'm singing. Wonder what I had on. I can't remember. And I'm using a small brush and I'm using a bigger brush, just my folk art brushes. One's a round, I think it's a 10, and the other one's a small, I think it's a 4. Just going into, touch up. I'm framing it all out. I love these little cats. I'm gonna make a like I said, an art quilt and see how I can do it, whether I should paint it on or piece it. I haven't decided. I'll probably try both. We shall see though. And I'm just making sure it's dry. I like to do that. And if you don't have a heat gun, just use your hair dryer. Or honestly, you can leave it sit for a couple minutes. I always say put on your favorite song or maybe your favorite YouTube video and watch it. And then by that time, everything will be dry. And you're going to see there are times where that blue is not dry and it drags right into what I'm doing. And you just fix it. Now, this is the black that I tried to fix with fluid acrylic, you know, the plain fluid acrylic, and it did nothing. It looks like I'm painting with mud. So that will be going into the garbage, which I'm kind of disappointed because I don't, you know, I really like the black, but not anymore. So I go in for my favorites from Folk Art, Licorice, and it's a multi-surface, which I am so in love with these multi-surface paints. I can't even tell you. From Plaid. Oh, I just love them. Because they go on everything and it's just fantastic. So, and I've been making like art dolls and that kind of thing. And, you know, I want to paint them like separate to do odd girls, and this paint work is really good. So just painting in her legs. Couldn't decide exactly what I want or what I'm doing, but you're going to see. And like I said, right now it looks like an arrow. It's kind of bent on the one side, but I'm going in and I'll fix it. You know, I mean, it is folk art, so it's not like I'm going in for, like I had my cat pose, my cat Onyx pose for me girl. No. The reason I did the black, though, is because we do have two black cats, and I have a big fluffy orange one, Wicket, and then I have a, like a, I don't know, how do you explain what he is? It's like gray and white. He's our little messed up boy that his mother stepped on his face and like half his face got smushed when he was first born. I mean, you can't really tell unless you hear him breathe or you really look. But, yeah, his name's Scotty. So I don't even know why my daughter named, I don't know if she was into wrestling at that time and his name, she named him Scotty Too Hottie. I don't remember. But God, he's, you know, our animal names, I can't help it. So I'm going back in and I'm painting that cat. Now I did, how you say, I did like kind of plan out the eyes and the nose a little bit, so I didn't go over that with black, so it was just easier for me. I love how the eyes came out on her. I really, really do. So I want to try to scan her in and sell her as a print once I'm finished with her. But right now, I think I accidentally unplugged my printer, so I can't scan in, and I have to wait for Dave, which he hates coming to my art room. But he's like, it starts anxiety because I have stuff everywhere, and everything's in piles that I'm using. And I have cleaned up quite a bit in here, but I just am always in here painting and doing stuff, so him and Emily don't like to come in. If I said I had $100 sitting here on my desk, their butts would come in here. So, yeah, so I'm going to have him come in tonight and fix the printer. So now I'm just taking gesso. I love me some gesso and painting it. Now I'm going to tell you, you'll see as I lift it up, and I have to see out there, like the multi-surface mixed with the Delusions for some reason. This Delusion paint just really stunk, this turquoise one. But I have, and I'm anxious to try it. It is a, where'd you go? It is a ultra matte varnish from Deco Art Media. They sent it to me. They sent me quite a few things, heavy gel medium to try, texture paste, ultra matte medium, and ultra matte in varnish. So yeah, I'm going to be trying that. And they sent me some glitters to play with. Galaxy glitter. And I don't know what the other one is. There's another one where it's finer. So I'll play with those as well. And probably do stuff, you know, the background and all. This is the multi-surface in Cardinal Red, which is one of my favorite reds. It's like, I want to say blood red, and I don't even know if that's even the right color for it, but it's like the lipstick I want. I can't find anywhere. In matte, I want it. But yeah, so it's just, I love the color. I love the color. And I love the color, it is called Antique Gold Deep. from DecoArt Americana, and I really love the color that it came out. It was sitting here, it came in the box, and you know, so I used it. It was sitting here, and I'm just using a Faber-Castell. Obviously, this is mixed media. Faber-Castell for the nose in pink. I use these all the time. Just make sure when you use, I say it all the time, when you use a marker with your mixed media, acrylic paint or what have you, wipe it off when you're done, because whatever dries will, then your marker won't work. And believe me, I have a drawer of those. I stare at them like, what can I do to fix them? And I've tried everything. I've cut like to a point. I've cut it flat. It just is a mess. So clean it off. So yeah, so now I'm going back in and I'm going around everything again to frame everything out. Oh geez, I spilled. I'm gonna see if he'll sweep in here, because my pencil sharpener, I turned around and I had a sweater on and it hit it and it fell on the ground and it opened everywhere. So it is everywhere. So I have to get the broom and clean it here. Anyway, my problems, right? So yeah, you can see I'm just going around. And like I said, you can do something as simple as a heart, which y'all know if you've been with me, I do a lot of hearts because they're easy. They're one of my favorite things to do. And how do you go wrong with a heart? You can color it whatever color you want. You can paint it. You can make it like a quilt inside, you know, with different, I love doing that. So that is always fun. But like lately, like I said, I've been working on my clay and doing what this essentially is a demo for an art quilt for myself. I usually will draw in my sketchbook and use colored pencils. I love colored pencils. I don't use them enough on my channel, but I'll, like, you know, color and do that kind of stuff with them so I get an idea of what I want. I'm very excited because I have the plaid, what are they called? Fabric Creations? Yeah. And there's like really cool new ones that they have, so I'm going to be using those. So I'm very excited. I'm moving, so I hope I'm not too loud talking, which I'm loud all the time. If you ask Dave and Emily, that's all I do. Yeah, so see how crappy that blue's laying down though? I'm using it though. I'm going to use as much as I can, but the problem is when it's cottage cheesy, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll link it at the end of this video, where I have about 10 Dylusions paints that are full of cottage cheese, and I can't use them, and I am so heartbroken. Somebody did ask me, they're like, well, you know, maybe you're storing them wrong, and I think I mentioned this before, but no, I have some that I still can use that aren't even affected. So I don't understand. I bought them all at the same time. How, you know, I mean, I might have got some stragglers, you know, one or two separate, but you know, when I do things, I do them. So, I mean, some are absolutely perfect and fine, and others aren't. And when they get that cottage cheesy, it's almost like they got rubbery. Like, you know, when acrylic paint dries and you can peel it up, that's obviously because acrylic paint is plasticky, but, and that's what it's like, is those little balls. So when you go to like try to scrape it on or paint, you get those balls, they ain't flattening because they're, rubbery, plasticky, not enjoyably. So you can see now I'm just kind of fixing the legs a bit, and, you know, I mean, I know her knee's up and it's sitting on the other knee, and maybe, but I made it, you know, it's not a person, it's a little cat with a little pointy knee. And then I was going to have her holding something, and I was like, I'm just going to have her sit here because she's just coming out beautiful, and that's what I'm going to do. Oh, but my point was, I want to put at the end, because you'll see it's shiny and all that kind of stuff. But once I get done, I want to put, before I put the glitter and whatnot, this Ultra Varnish matte on here from DecoArt Media. I'm going to see what it does. I want to see if it flattens it out as much, you know, as it says, and makes it ultra flat. So ultra matte, I call it flat. And then I want to go on top with the glitter and all, so it adds back. Do you know what I mean? So I'm kind of figuring out and thinking what I'm going to do. So I'm going in. I watered the black down a little bit. I used the Licorice from Folk Art, but I watered it down just to make it a little bit more liquidy, I guess, which I like to do. And I'm just going back in and covering it up. I see here as I'm sitting, and like, again, she's not supposed to be perfect. She's just, you know, but I see a few areas that I'm like, oh, okay, I gotta fix, you know, but like I said, I'm going to go back on top of it. So you can see I just sewed her eyes out. And I'm going to take the antique gold again, and I'm going to paint a little collar on her shirt, which I really dig. And it matches her, because you know, if you've ever seen me, you know how well I match. If it was up to me, I'd wear big tie-dyed shirts all the time and, you know, big leggings. Or tight leggings, depending on the day. I got a little bit more weight, a lot more weight to lose, but until I would wear my tight leggings again. But anyway, not important. Here we go. And I'm filling in a belt, as you can see. Nothing, you know. You know, as they say, you know, it's your imagination, it's your pickle. Do whatever you want with it. Maybe you like them sweet, you like them dill, you like bread and butter. Maybe you just don't like them and you just like cukes. I don't know. I like sometimes hot, you know, it depends. But anyway, irrelevant. Now I'm trying that nasty yellow that doesn't do anything, and I'm going in for an eye, and as you can see, it's poopy. So that's going to be emptied out tomorrow. And I'm saving those containers because I'm not going to lie, those containers are nice. And I can mix colors in there that I use a lot, and save them, you know. So you can see it didn't really do much of anything. And it was really hard to get color out. So that, I mean, I don't think there's any saving that yellow. So I hit it with the heat gun, and then I'm going in with my Faber-Castell green marker, and let me look and see if I can see the name. But you can see, and it's going in dark, and I love these markers because you'll see why in a minute. This is what color? Permanent Green Olive 167. I love these markers. It's the big pit pen. Oh gosh. And I wet my brush, and I'm going in. Look at me go. And then I'm just running it in the background because it's going to pull some of that color in, you know what I mean? So it's just not in the eyes or whatever. It's in the background a little bit. Look at me go. Look at that. Look how pretty it came out. Oh my goodness. I love it. And I might do a little sparkle. I don't know. They came out so pretty. I can't stand it. I know I shouldn't be that excited, but I am because I really had a good time. I was in here by myself. Emily was getting ready for work and Dave's working, and I just sat here and did this, and I was happy with the way it came out because today started like a crappy day, and I was just like, I don't know. You know, when you rethink everything and you hate everything and you hate everybody and the next person that talks to you, you know, that kind of thing. Yeah. That's called Kelly's Day today. So I sat and did this, and it really changed my mood, and it was really, and like I said, I recorded it because I told you guys that I would, now that's gray, and you can see that's completely fine. And I'm just going to go in and kind of, I was going to do the whole faux fur stuff and all and add fur, but I that's not my gig. I don't fully understand it. My brain don't function that way. So I just put in like underneath the legs and the arm, and you know, you'll see. And then I do the face and the mouth. But you can use a marker. You can use whatever you want. And I do the whiskers with this too, and I screw it up, and you'll see which I always talk about, how to fix things when you're using, well, anything really, but when acrylic paint, people think, oh no, I'm so nervous. Don't be nervous. Like oil paint, you can scrape off, right? Scrape it down, start over. And this is the same way. Look, I'm taking my brush with water and I'm squishing it around. I then tap my brush off so it's dry, and I go in and suck up the water. I do this all the time. And then I'm back to square one, basically. Yep, just doing that. You can take a paper towel if you want and dry it or whatever. I hit it, you see, with my heat gun, hair dryer, listen to a song, get up and dance, do whatever you want to do. And then I go back in. I hit my one lamp. It kept like blinking. So when I went to start doing the whiskers, I wasn't paying attention, and I was singing. I hit the lamp. This is my life. And I started the whiskers down below, and that's not where I wanted them. I wanted them up by the nose. So that's why I had to take them off. Hey, you know, You start singing and stuff. Donna Summer came on, and I was just like, bad girls, bad girls, bad girls. But I get a little too excited. Yeah, so I just took some to gray and I went into like outline the ears and that kind of thing. Give her a little, you know, like a little bit inside, but then I changed it a little bit. I didn't want it to be as pink, which you'll see in a second. Now I'm going to do her eyelids, which they came out so cute. They really framed the eyes good. And I was going to go in for eyelashes, and I thought, girl, stop while you're ahead, you know. I'll see what Emily thinks when she comes home. Like when she can see it in person, because I already sent her a picture and all, but I like her to look at it and be like, nope, leave it alone. Because sometimes I can really go overboard, which once I start the glitter and all, I possibly could. Yep, so like I said, I'm just putting on little eyes, like she has a little gray eyeshadow or gray in her, you know, in her thing. I'm going to put this on a shirt and on stuff on Teespring. I think I'm going to put it on a shirt and a phone case and make some stickers. So, and if you're not familiar with Teespring, down below this video should be my t-shirts and whatnot. And all you have to do is click it and it'll take you to my Teespring shop. And then you can go, and I have all kinds of my art on things, and I have a lot more to upload. So, you know, go check that out. And I'll probably do prints once I get Dave to fix my printer and I can get this scanned in. I'll probably get him to, I'll probably do prints or put the prints on Etsy and you can download them and use them, that kind of thing. So we'll see. We'll see. And that's pretty much it for me. I'm just going to be going back in. You'll see I'm going to use a little of my favorite color from Ceramcoat, which is Festival Pink. And I'm going to go in and do her little nose and her little ears. And then you're going to see I'm going to scrape that all around the back so you can definitely, you know, I'm pulling that in too. You know what I'm saying? And this was just a lot of fun to do. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. I really do. Any questions, of course, leave them down below. I have more videos coming out where I'm answering your questions. I'm really trying. And I'm going to have a vlog coming. People ask me a lot of questions, like, you know, personal questions and stuff. So I thought that I would do a vlog soon. So, as always, please be kind to each other. You never know what battle somebody else is fighting. Let me know what you guys think. I'm very excited. I will put up the second half. I probably won't talk through it, but then I'll show you what I do. And just putting some highlights in, some dots on her shoes, which I'm going to end up sparkling anyway. And remember, progress, not perfection. This is just playing, putting a little highlight on the nose. And then I went to highlight the whole other stuff, and it just didn't come out the way I wanted it because the paint was still wet, the blue, and it smeared in, so. And I'm just touching up. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.